we've got an entire party that thinks their constituency, or what they classify as their constituency, they consider them all just ill-informed, and every single day they insult their common sense. And it's a shame. And they take, and so much of their base sits and takes the insult. And they're smarter than that. They're smart enough to see their constituency, or their base, or whatever you call it, is smart enough to see what is happening. One of the greatest things that came to light in the last presidential election were the unions. How is it possible that in one of the biggest union states in the country, Michigan, that President Trump won? Because all of the rank and file union said to their union bosses, we don't care about parties. We care about getting a job. We want to work. We want industry. We want to get back to work. We want our, guys coming up behind us to be able to have jobs. That's what we care about. We don't care about some stinking party, whether it's Republican or a Democrat. We don't care. We care about having jobs. And the rank and file went against their union bosses. They went against them. And that's how they won. I believe they're going to do it again. But they understood it. They got it. They understood that if this guy does half of what he says, and he's done all of it, if he does half of what he says, we're going to be in great shape. He did that. He did that. So now we've got a Joe Biden talking about Buy America. Wait a minute. This was a guy for 8 years, was in an administration, a part of an administration, as the number 2 guy, right? In the administration and for the country, apologizing for American exceptionalism. Really? Yeah. Apologizing for it. Feeling guilty for American exceptionalism. Going internationally, apologizing for American exceptionalism. Now, he wants to buy America. This is a guy who's part of a party of sending jobs to Mexico, Canada, and anywhere else you can get them to get them out of America. This is a guy who was part of a party that all they cared about was keeping oil in the ground. That was their mantra. Stopped issuing permits. The rigs that were shut down because of the BP oil spill, never reopening. Placing rules and regulations on drilling, costing the American government $650 billion a year in royalties and lease fees because they wanted to keep oil in the ground. And then finally approving exporting crude oil overseas so that we could get it off our land. And we didn't make any money from it like we were. You know, the royalty for a barrel of oil on federal land is 72%, 72%. We were giving all that up. We didn't care about the money. His ideology drove jobs out of here. Highest corporate tax rate, demonized profits, demonized corporate America, demonized fat cat bankers, in his words, demonized all that. Now, Biden running for president, so we got to buy America. Why? Why do you want to, all of a sudden, you just turn that quick? You've been spending 8 years demonizing the very existence of capitalism in America, and now you're going to buy American? That's what you're going to run on? Well, you can do that. You know why? Because you believe that your base doesn't have the common sense of a doorknob. That's what you think. So because you think and believe that, you can say those things. And if you're one of those people of that base that is listening to me right now, come on, man. How much longer are you going to allow that to continue? Because I got news for you, whether you're talking about it or not, there's a whole lot of people, whether they be Hispanic, Asians, African American, people that have come to the realization that that is the party of keeping their thumb, the Democrats, of keeping their thumb on you. That's all they want to do. They want to keep you ill-informed because you don't have the common sense to figure out the difference between good and bad and right and wrong. That's what they believe. President Trump has done more for the Democratic base than any Democratic president in a long time. I'll give it to Clinton because his economy was great because of Newt Gingrich. So thanks to Newt Gingrich, Bill Clinton did it, not even knowing what he was doing. Anyway, it is amazing and it's frustrating. And it's really got to be frustrating to some of the great Black conservatives, Hispanic conservatives, Asian conservatives who have come to the realization that they too just want a job. They know some of them came here to the land of opportunity. They want to make sure the opportunity stays intact. They've figured that out. There's a whole bunch of them that have. I think it's somebody call me quick and tell me. You don't have to really. Somebody call me and tell me, I've been saying this for years. Tell me what exactly the Congressional Black Caucus has done for the Black community. Can somebody tell me that? Because I still haven't figured it out. They can't call and tell me because they haven't done anything. They go into the community that has elected them 2 months before every election and tells them the same thing and lies about what they've done. They haven't done anything. Under President Obama, the poverty rate went up every single quarter for 8 years that he was in office. The use of food stamps went up to record highs and continued to go up every month that he was in office. Disability benefits by minorities went up every single month that he was in office. The unemployment rate for minorities was the highest it's ever been. And that counts women as well. What did he do for the community? Make sure that he can continue the Black genocide in the inner city and make sure that Medicaid is going to pay for abortions? Is that what he did for the Black community? You think that's good? How many Martin Luther Kings? How many great job creators? How many great innovators were murdered under that? Come on, man. It's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me. We don't have to do much. We just have to look at the numbers. We just have to look at the statistics. That's all we got to do. Just got to look at the numbers. It's the only truth we can find. The only truth in the world of politics and economics, the only truth is mathematics. It's the only truth. Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.